pray, find the strength to bear against Satan.
What does Satan look like?
Like people amongst us.
Have you ever seen it?
I just watched a teaser that shook me to the core. Not because of demons, not because of clowns, not even because of cheap subway jump scares, but because of a quiet, unsettling trailer about a boy in Roman Egypt. A boy who just happens to be Jesus Christ. Yes, you heard that right. The Carpenter's Son is an upcoming horror movie about the childhood of Jesus. It stars Nicolas Cage as Joseph, F.K.A. Twiggs as Mary, and Noah Jupe as the boy who is far more than human. And honestly, this might be the boldest horror film we've seen in years. The trailer doesn't scream at you with loud violins or flashy CGI monsters. Instead, it whispers. It lingers. Joseph, played by Cage, guiding his family in exile. Mary, played by Twiggs, staring at her son with that strange mix of love and fear. And then the boy, silent, watching. No miracles of light, no glowing halos, just a look that chills more than any jump scare ever could. Because if you grew up with these stories, you already know. You're not just looking at a boy, you're looking at miracles. But here's the question. What if miracles weren't beautiful? What if they were terrifying? This isn't a random indie shock flick. The Carpenter's Son is written and directed by Lee Nathan, pulling directly from one of the strangest and most controversial texts in Christian history, the infancy gospel of Thomas. Not canon, but infamous. In those stories, young Jesus isn't just gentle and holy. He lashes out. He blinds children. He even kills, only to bring them back again. Now imagine putting that on screen as horror. That's the genius of this film. It doesn't need to invent a monster. It dares to ask, what if the scariest thing wasn't a demon, but the realization that this boy wasn't just human? And the internet? It's already exploding. Some are calling it the most controversial film of the decade. Critics say it's bold, unforgettable, destined to spark debates that won't end anytime soon. This isn't underground either. Magnolia Pictures is distributing it worldwide in October 2025. Nicolas Cage, in yet another strange, unforgettable role, grounded and unhinged all at once. And F.K.A. Twiggs carrying the silent weight of Mary, a mother who knows her child is both holy and terrifying. People are obsessed, people are offended, and that's the perfect storm for horror. Because let's be real, some of the greatest horror films ever made, The Exorcist, The Omen, Saint Maud, all dared to poke at faith. But the Carpenter's Son doesn't just poke, it drives straight at the jugular. This isn't about demons corrupting faith. This is about faith itself being the source of dread. And that's why it's going to trend. That's why it's going to terrify. Because horror works best when it twists the things you thought were safe. Children, faith, miracles, and makes them dangerous. And Nicolas Cage as Joseph? Perfect casting. You believe him as the protector. And you believe he's secretly afraid of the boy in his own house. F.K.A. Twiggs? She doesn't even need dialogue. One look, and you feel the weight of carrying a son who isn't entirely human. So yes, The Carpenter's Son might be the boldest horror film of 2025. It doesn't just scare you. It dares you to question the very stories you grew up believing. And that's why it works. If you're into horror that flips the script, hit subscribe. Because horror is alive and it's only getting darker.